It's very late. You told yourself you're going to sleep an hour ago, and yet you didn't. And then you stop in your tracks. A video appears on your feed that isn't really anything special. Nothing that should draw you closer. And yet it does. So, as you should, you click it. And it's just ambient noise. A soft, cloudy background with vines growing over the scenery. At first, you think it's just a music visualizer. You're tempted to click away when the comment section of that same video draws your attention. So, what is really the deal here? Is the YouTube algorithm acting up for the 900th time around? Well, not quite. Let me explain why. Because you didn't really find this video. It made its way to you. Before we dig deeper, what do you even make of all this? Surely it's not some random creepypasta making its way over to YouTube, right? Well, your first reasonable thought is that it's just another algorithm glitch. Like, we aren't already piled up with enough slop to watch in our free time, and enough garbage being force-fed into our feeds. Oh, you know, a video that just slipped through the crack. But here's the thing. This has happened to millions of users. So this can be a mistake. That would be simply illogical. And I'm talking people of different ages, countries, and life experiences. So maybe, just maybe, this wasn't a coincidence. And if it wasn't a coincidence, then this wasn't just a weird video. This was a place, a hangout spot, if you will. And places like this don't just appear. They form. And like any childhood memory we all share, to understand why this exists, we have to go back. Alright, a channel called Taya777 was created on September 5th, 2007. Damn, that's a lot of sevens. A complete blank slate. No description, no explanation, no profile picture. Seemingly just a normal average YouTube viewer, right? And for several years, it remained relatively inactive, not getting any real traction until it began uploading music, like any SoundCloud rapper would. Audio clips of video game soundtracks were being dropped, usually lasting anywhere from 15 minutes to over an hour. And one outlier would soon gain a reputation as the first documented internet checkpoint, both as a video and as a forum-like meeting place. To give you some context, the norm at this time was hanging out on sites like Newgrounds, places where everything coexisted. Things ranging from like games, animations, art, music, shitposts, you name it. Early YouTube and early internet culture as a whole was much more freeform, as in being much more spread out. This was its golden era, before feeds were hyper-optimized, like we have today, for example. Back when people stumble into things instead of being guided to them. Again, to give you some examples, you had PewDiePie, Smosh, Epic Rap Battles of History, this very dazzling internet historian video, and a whole lot more. And that date will be marked as April 26, 2012. A day, a video called... wait, how do you pronounce this?
Yeah,
that was uploaded on a random day on YouTube. From the outside, it's just a looping image originating from Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy's... I cannot even say that. Every single time I say his name, the image just pops up in my head. Like, it's not even funny. At the time, it was really nothing special. Just another nostalgic music upload, buried among millions of other junk. Like, contextually speaking, the channel barely had over 100 subscribers at this point in time. The title being in Japanese redirected toward a different viewing audience, which naturally led to native speakers commenting on it. And honestly, I can't even tell what any of this means. With all of this information, the case should have closed right here. Just a visualizer that was lost to time. Nothing extraordinary. It would never end up on anyone's feed, right? Well, not exactly. The video and the channel was uploaded to remained stagnant for years, all until early 2014. Out of nowhere, the video began seeing sudden rise increase in people discovering it. No clear reason, no documented cause. You could ask the most knowledgeable YouTube experts alive and still walk away empty-handed. So, have you ever heard about the internet checkpoints? And if so, what do you think about this whole internet checkpoint phenomenon?
I haven't really heard about it on YouTube specifically, but I've definitely seen kind of things like that on TikTok and Instagram. Just random videos that like people just kind of turn into an odd slop of a comment section. But I haven't seen it on YouTube.
Again, specifically, that YouTube video randomly blew up after years of no activity. And what do you think could particularly be the cause?
There's a few ways that a YouTube video could actually blow up after, even years later. One of the ways, they could have changed the title, they could have changed the thumbnail, something about the video. That can also cause YouTube to retest it in the algorithm a little bit. Or someone could have started some sort of trend on some other social media. Like they could have made like a TikTok saying, hey guys, wouldn't it be a funny inside joke if we could just go leave random comments on this YouTube video? And they like send a link or whatever. Those are a couple of ways that it could blow up, but sometimes YouTube is a mystery and a video could just randomly blow up out of nowhere. It happens, not often, but I do see them sometimes.
Now, here's the thing. There was absolutely no catalyst to that video getting pushed or recommended for whatever reason, right? And do you think I have any other potential answers to what this cause could be?
I mean, I'm not sure exactly what it is. You showed me the video and it's got like Japanese text on it. So for all we know, it means something in Japanese and there's some sort of meaning in it. And maybe a couple of videos went viral in Japan with similar keywords, and then maybe people were just leaving their videos on autoplay and it came up next on recommended or something like that. Because I do know the era of TV on YouTube is spiking right now. There's a crazy amount of viewers that are watching on TVs now. For some channels, it's like the majority of their viewers. Like I think Ryan Trahan is like 60%. Last I checked, like 2 years ago. Yeah, 60% is wild. And some of my friends that do gaming YouTube videos, it's 70 plus. It's pretty crazy.
And by some form of YouTube magic, the video would spontaneously get recommended far and wide, where people from a primarily Western side of the world will come together to leave a benchmark, or for example, get their save file at a checkpoint in the form of a YouTube comment. Something along the lines of, checkpoint,
Life's getting better.
checkpoint,
I just bought my first house ever.
checkpoint,
I just got my engineering degree.
checkpoint, I stopped gooning. Okay, definitely not that last one, but overall, more and more people discovered it, and they left something behind. A marker that said, I was here. Why do you think thousands of strangers felt comfortable logging their real-life updates under a Donkey Kong music loop instead of like somewhere where it's more social, like Instagram or Facebook, for example?
I guess YouTube, a lot of times when you have a channel, it's a lot less personal, a lot less like personally identifying rather than Instagram or, you know, Facebook especially, because Facebook is, you know, just your real name. So I feel like it's a little more anonymous. And then also I feel like, you know, if a few people talk about like, you know, their life or real life updates or whatever in a comment section, a couple of top comments, like maybe it gets pinned or like a bunch of likes, maybe, you know, more people see that and then just join in. It's kind of like the social phenomenon. Like people see a lot of people doing something, they want to join in. It's just like a regular trend. I feel like there haven't been any like huge like sweeping trends that just take over TikTok. Like it's been a bit, except the look taper fade meme. That's still massive.
And obviously, people letting this go unnoticed. The channel slowly grew, eventually reaching around 700 subscribers. And the video became a quiet landmark, passed through the word of mouth, never really mainstream, never trending at this point in time. It was just there, reaching people from wildly different lives at different moments in different ways. And by 2019, it had reached millions of views and had well over 10,000 subscribers. Naturally, the original owner noticed this growth and continued uploading similar videos over the years, with the most recent upload landing in 2021. But here's the part most people don't realize. Some places don't really last. Videos disappear for all kinds of reasons. To name a few: copyright strikes, mass reporting, automated systems, the list goes on. And somewhere between 2020 and 2022, the original video just vanished, gone from the face of YouTube. And not long after, the entire channel followed suit. Just like that, internet memorabilia disappeared overnight. Tens of thousands of comments gone. People's wins and losses, their best and worst years. A decade of human checkpoints erased with a copyright click. And listen, I'm a Nintendo glazer and all, okay? I grew up with a Wii, but this was just unnecessary. But again, you would think this is where the case closes. And almost immediately, something strange happened. Re-uploads began appearing everywhere. And this sounds insane, but I did my research. Very few backups existed, and yet people managed to recreate almost everything tied to the original. Same song, same compressed visuals, same fresh comment sections. Like, people tried again. They left their checkpoints again. They treated these uploads like reunions. But reunions aren't the same when the place is gone. Something was missing. Now, the re-uploads tried to recreate the exact same thing to the dot, but people said it didn't really feel the same, right? So why can't authenticity be recreated once it's identified?
I believe authenticity it's basically an accident if you think about it. Because if you try and engineer something like that, then it just becomes performative. It's not like, it doesn't feel the same. You can kind of just tell, but it just doesn't feel the same. Like it's human nature. When something happens organically and authentically, then it feels natural. It just happened. But if you try and engineer it, it's just performative and it just feels off, like feels like forced, if that makes sense. It's kind of like a subconscious thing that humans are just wired with.
The original wasn't powerful because of the algorithm. It wasn't powerful because it just existed. It was powerful because it wasn't meant to be found. You can't recreate that on command. Even if you try, you only stumble into it once, like a rock on a sidewalk. And if you were to take today's standards, for example, this video is just terrible content. No hook to keep you engaged, no face to look at, no explanation that just explains this whole phenomenon, and ultimately, no reason to stay. Our feeds are flooded with content engineered pretending to be human. Fake reactions, cropped podcasts, AI voices reading Reddit posts about lives they never lived, clips sharpened, recycled, optimized, all screaming, feel something now. And yet, none of it feels like this. At some point, I realized I was already in too deep. I didn't even know what I dug myself into. So, like anyone would, I kept digging. Hours passed. Old Reddit threads, dead links, archive screenshots, a maze with dead ends, re-uploads with comments arguing over dates. Everyone remembered it differently, like a story passed down by word of mouth. No one had the full picture. And ultimately, that's when the puzzle pieces clicked. The moment something becomes a phenomenon, for example, does it automatically lose what it made powerful in the first place, or is just randomness actually necessary for culture to form in like online communities whatsoever?
I feel like once it's labeled a phenomenon and it gets like widespread attention, it kind of does a little bit, because when it's analyzed, people make reaction videos, they talk about it, people arrive, but just because it's famous, not like just because it like pops off, not because of authenticity and like just them getting it recommended randomly on their page. So it becomes less authentic when people are trying to force and join a trend rather than getting it on their feed. And then like sometimes, you know, media will cover it and that just kind of blows it out of proportion. So I mean, I always say culture best forms in like small pockets of shadow. When it becomes big and like trendy, it becomes performative. Kind of tying into one of the previous answers.
This was never documented properly because it was never supposed to matter. So here's the real question, and it's not just for YouTubers or streamers. Like the person probably reacting to this now. Again, hello. And it's for anyone making anything online. Why do you create? Is it to be seen? Is it to be remembered? Or is it something inside of you that needed to exist? And yeah, I upload too. I'm not saying I'm standing outside the system. This isn't a call out. It's a gut feeling. I'm just pointing at what it feels like when something slips through. The internet checkpoint wasn't supposed to be successful. It wasn't even optimized. It wasn't even intentional. And yet, against all odds, it held more humanity than most things designed to feel human on purpose. Maybe that's what we lost when everything just became content to some people. But what's been lost can always find its way back. Just like this video did. To you. Wait, hold on. Hold on. So after all this time, the video title just translated to Thorny Barrel Labyrinth Super Donkey Kong 2. You're telling me Donkey was behind this entire thing? You sick motherfucker! And hey, maybe this video can serve as your own personal checkpoint too. And with that said, I stream on Twitch almost every single day. Thank you for watching this video. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like, subscribe, and share this with your buddies. As always, I'll be seeing you in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.